drop zones, so that a pilot flying cross country who no longer uses a chart, but he's looking at his GPS, will be able to pull up the location of drop zone and information about them, the altitudes of the jump runs, times or days of the week that they're operating, and the ATC frequency that they're on as well.
That also goes for approach charts, and one of the things that I've done with the USPA's video is going around giving safety presentations to various flying clubs, organizations, as a FAA safety team member, to highlight where the areas are in the Houston area, and specifically talking to them about, if you make an approach in such and such an area, this is what you have to look out for. This little bitty symbol on a regular chart does not tell you that information, so I put it in bold-faced on a display for them to show them, when you start this approach, this is how close you are to an active drop zone. And you need to talk to approach and ask them if it's active.
You might also be pleased to hear on Wednesday I had a 2-hour meeting with Phil Boyer at AOPA headquarters in Frederick, Maryland. And it was an excellent meeting. I came away with commitments of Phil, on Phil's part, to host a presentation by our staff to the people in the Pilot Information Center that receive calls from their 400-something thousand members. We're going to educate his staff on skydiving operations. They're also going to put up some modules on their website to educate pilots about, here's what skydiving is about, here's what's going on around drop zones, here's what you need to know about flying in the vicinity of or to and from airports that are hosting skydiving. He's very, very willing to work with us and use his resources to address some of the issues we brought to the table, and I couldn't be more pleased with that discussion. Anything else?
Going back to the insurance for a moment, do you have a figure on the total amount of claims against our insurance policy for a given year?
We do every year. We get a summary of each claim that's submitted and then either paid or negotiated with by the underwriter. Caroline, you don't happen to have that with you, do you? Do you just recall the amounts of claims?
That's the number of claims or the dollar amount?
Dollar amount.
Do you recall?
Yes.
We've got it.
Not number.
We've got that as well. We've got each claim. And payouts for claims were low enough that that's what helped us renegotiate the decrease in insurance premiums for the coming year.
You want me to? Please.
Okay. All right. For 2007, we had 11 claims for a total of $36,084. A couple of them are still open, which means the claims adjuster is either looking at the invoice for the damage or what have you. But that's on par with 2006 as well, right, Caroline? About the same?
Yeah, it was 40,000.
Okay.
Just curious if it's ever been looked at as is there a way for us to become self-insured? That's a lot of money that's being spent for $30,000 worth of claims or whatever that figure.
You're darn right, and the board has been looking at some of those kinds of options, self-insurance or other ways to craft a policy. There's an insurance company that wants to talk to us about 2009's program, and they want to continue.
I might be interested in starting an insurance company with those kind of, you know.
Well, yeah, and there's all kinds of ideas. There's one concept of having USPA pay an annual deductible before the insurance starts kicking in. All kinds of ideas, and self-insurance is another one. And they have thoroughly reviewed some of those, and they're still on the table, so that we're not so pleased with this decrease that we're just going to forget everything else. We've got more work to do.
If I recall correctly, we had a few years in there some pretty onerous claims. It wasn't a whole lot, but there were some high-profile ones and this kind of stuff. So we're just now kind of getting a track record the last couple of years where we can realistically look at both decent premium decreases as well as self-insuring and it can be on financial.
I've only been around about 10 years, but I can remember several
ugly.
demo jumps that gone bad that I hope that we've gotten under control, you know.
Exactly, exactly.
And I can see where that, you know, probably made for some pretty bad years, you know.
We've looked rather intensively at the various programs that are available. And at the time, the offers that we had did not seem to be fully matured. And then as the years have gone on, twisting arms, as Chris and Ed have done, have brought those numbers down closer to what the projections were if we did not self-insurance, but a hybrid where we took a higher level of risk. So the extra administrative load that we put on headquarters, plus the nuisance, plus the risk of a bad year or two, has made it better for us to keep that in our back pocket as a possibility. And Ed just came in yesterday with some ideas. They're not ready to give us a quote at this meeting to do something different for next year. So we hope that it gets even better next year.
We got to remember also that the membership insurance and the demo insurance are all in the same policy. There's no way we can split them apart. And Ed, do you recall what the highest payout that the insurance company has ever had to deal with offhand?
Don't recall the highest, but demo insurance, a demo jumper can buy up to $5 million worth of coverage. And of course, that's good for the professional demo people, but that's an exposure that we've got to recognize is there when that happens as well. Any other questions on my report? Yes, sir.
If I'm close to the computer and I want to learn something about skydiving, I don't go to USPA.org. There's other sites out there. What is the new site going to be? Is it going to be more interactive, or is it going to be forums, chat?
I'll let Shonda, who's designing it, address that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more interactive. We're trying to take it up another level. We're going to have a lot of video. We're going to have a couple different areas, a more enhanced members section where you can really talk with the board and talk with us. You can kind of connect more and feel like USPA is a little bit more of a personal touch. On the new skydiver side of things, we're going to showcase what are different options getting into the sport. We're going to have we're going to have a drop zone locator that's connected to Google. Obviously, I think that'd be pretty easy, but we hadn't gotten to that level yet. So it's just going to be a lot more interactive, fun, explaining to first-timers what does free fall feel like. Those basic questions that a lot of people have that they don't get right now on our site, and they sometimes have to dig on other sites or else talk to experienced jumpers to figure it out. So.
Will be forums?
We're still kind of figuring that out. So we have the capabilities now, which we didn't, or with the new site, which we didn't have before. So it's definitely an option. So.
I told Shonda we could have a forum, but she has to be the moderator.
One thing on the website, and I hope I know the answer to this, but I hope there's plans in that to make us show up in the search engines a little better than what's happened in the past.
Yep.
And I got a moderator for you right here.
More than happy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Questions of the board members on the membership?